Hey you guys, how you doing? This is Real Talk, and I'm coming to you with another episode. And this one is based on some real life things that I witnessed today. So this one I'm going to call a nation/world of thieves. Okay? And the reason I'm going to say that is this is what happened. I'm on my daily thing of errands. I have to go out and, run some errands, check mail, whatever. Do the stuff out you would normally do when you run errands, right? Pay bills, whatever. Buy some slippers, which I need to go do. So I'm out there doing my errands, and then after I'm done, I know my mom's, she might be hungry or whatever, and there's just one place that we like to go, a little place close to where we live. Chinese food place. So I go in there and I order 2 dinners or 2 lunches or whatever. It's 2 combo things, those combo plate things. And she does, we have our little, pleasantries, talking, chit chat and whatever. And then when I go to trade, got a reserve note, not buy, but to trade her debt notes for some food. Instead of punching in the right amount. It was $6 each, so it should have been $12. So instead of punching in $12, she punches in $7. And this was a cash transaction on my part, so I give her the 12 FRNs. I call them dollars, but they're FRNs. And it says dollar on there, so I guess they're all dollars. I give her the 12 FRNs, and I see that she punches in 7, but I keep my pleasantries going. Hey, have a nice day, take care, blah, blah, blah. Come back. And that got me to thinking, as I'm driving home, I'm like, wow, this one lady just beat the government out of $5. Imagine if she's doing that all day long. How many times is she going to go in there and punch the wrong amounts? And, the people actually get the food, but the tickets are saying the wrong amounts. So when they go to do the daily receipts, it's going to say something like, "Oh, we made 1,500 or 4,000, 3,200 or whatever," but the real intake of that day was more like $6,000, depending on obviously the people that go through there. Man, not even that high. But what I'm getting at is, let's say that they made 1,500 in the day on the receipt, but the real intake was 2,200. So there's a $700 discrepancy there, and they're just going to get that cash, slickly tuck it away and keep it pushing. And they're doing that every day. Well, that brings us to why Mr. Government Man, Mr. IRS, and Mr. Washington over there is kind of, they're not stupid. They're not in the positions that they're in for being dumb. They're certainly not there. I think just about everybody that's in those positions of power has some type of law training of some sort. Because as I research the law, I'm gaining a lot of power, and people are listening now because I'm coming in with some real stuff. I'm not really telling y'all all the stuff that I know, but when I talk to my servants, man, I lickety split, quickety quick. They're like, yes, sir. Because they're starting to realize that I'm starting to realize, oh, these are those elusive instructions and rules of the game that you didn't tell me when I was a little goo-goo gaga. And then you want to penalize me when I don't follow these rules that I didn't even know about. Anyway, back to the story. Mr. Government Man over there, that's why they have all that stuff that they have. Of the penalties and the audits and the thises and the that's and the fees and liens and all the stuff that's in there. Now, is that stuff right? I don't agree with it 100%, but what I'm getting at is this. Based on what I just witnessed right there from the little Chinese lady, I don't even know who she is, and I'm not trying to, call her out. Another thing happened. Now this switches to the second story. I'm on the phone and I'm trying to, get some internet service, landline service, for the actual I'm not going to call it a residence because then that puts it in the federal jurisdiction. It's for the home. I want to get some internet service for the home. Okay, that's more God-friendly, I guess we'll say. So when I call up there and they go, what name is it under and what's the street address? So obviously everything was tied to the name, and it turns out that the name has 2 accounts that are delinquent, or there's some type of retro charges from before, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that it's going to take about $700 to get internet. And then after you do that, there's a 12-month contract with all these little bitty, itty-bitty writings on the bottom that that you think you understand, but because they went and changed all the words in the legalese dictionary, called the legal dictionary, they went and changed all the words, and then you got to figure out which definition they mean. So it's just monstrous, right? So you got to go through all that, jumping through all them hoops, and then they wonder, I wonder why they didn't want to pay the debt. Maybe because I don't like you grabbing me by the balls. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that, but that's the truth, man. I don't like the grab you by the balls routine on these contracts, man. I don't know. And I'm going to speak for America and the world when I say to you, Mr. Washingtons and the corporations, we don't like when you guys grab us by the balls. YouTube, Google, Comcast, AT&T, Verizon, Metro, PCS. We don't like the grabbing of the balls move. I know I don't. You know, with one little slight, ooh, and it stings, brother. Okay? However, that's what is happening. Because people don't read, and they just are quick to get the benefit, but they don't want to hold up their end of the bargain. That's why inside of the contract, whether you know it or not, in a roundabout way is, we're going to do this to you, and we're going to do that to you, and we're going to rob you silly, and we're going to rob you blind, and we're going to bend you over, and ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Do you agree? Yeah. And then you sign the contract and you agree. Then you're scratching your head while there's a disposal fee and a cancellation fee and a rental box fee and a fee on top of the fee, and then there's all these damn fees, and the next thing you know, $100 bill or whatever bill you couldn't make turns from $150 to $750 because you agreed to that. Basically, what it really boils down to, and this is the title of this video, is that the more dishonorable we are, the more dishonorable they are. It's kind of like the drive-bys. The one guy goes and his partner gets shot, and then I'm going to handle this rep. And then the set from this other guy, his family, they're going to go kill the other black dude. And then he says, well, I can't let them get away with that. I'm going to lose my respect. And then the guys from that dude's family goes back over to the neighborhood. And the whole time they're doing all of this, innocent people are dying. Bullets is going through windows and through doors and through sides of houses. And there's little girls playing in the front room. And people are dying for no reason. All because people want to get eaten. Now, this brings me to another topic that kind of irks me, and I hear this a lot, and I'm not trying to hear this no more. Okay, many people, homo boys, sexuality guys, those vatos called homosexuals. That book was written by man. That was written by a man. Okay, so you guys claim that the Bible was written by a man, which is true to a degree. But I'm going to get back to that. Because I tell you guys, if somebody comes by and kills my mom, or my brother, or my niece, or my girlfriend, or my wife, or anybody that's really close to me, my first instinct is to strangle your ass until you're dead. Period. I don't care about going to jail. I don't care about what the law reads. I don't care. If you came and hurt me, my very first instinct, and this goes to every man and woman on the planet, is to strangle your ass until you are dead. First instinct. However, the Bible doesn't read like that now, does it? The Bible is to turn the other cheek. Do good to those who hate you. Right? What's another one? You have to turn the other cheek. If you ask for your jacket, give him your shirt too. I don't know. That's the actual quote. That's kind of a misquote maybe, but you get what I'm saying. Do good to those who hate you. Let things go. To have someone murder your loved one and to let that go, that's hard to do. Sometimes impossible. Because the pain is so bad. But what I'm getting at is this. A man did not write that. I don't care what y'all say. A man will not write that. A man's instincts is to go strangle his ass until he's died, until he's dead. That's what our instincts are. To go enact revenge. So I don't want to hear that. Well, my book is written by men. Yeah, it is written by men. But the context in the content in the book is a supernatural content from God Himself. He used holy men to write the Bible. Now, if they went and tampered with it and changed this scripture and that scripture and put in tires and mufflers and all this Mandela effect stuff that people keep talking about and just weird stuff like that, okay, well, that's a different thing. That's a different topic. That's a different story. But the bottom line is that is a supernatural book. So I don't want to hear that it was written by men. Mr. Homosexual, gay, agenda, transvestite guys, or whatever you guys are. You guys are things. You're not even guys. So, the reason why there's so much dishonesty and so much thievery and so much deception and all of that is because that's reliant upon us. The government has made a nation of thieves, a world of thieves. Everybody's looking to rip you off. Everybody's looking to beat you out of your so-called money. They're looking to con you. They're looking to do some type of harm to you. And the reason that's so prevalent in the world is because people don't fear God. People don't fear Jesus. People don't fear the Holy Spirit. They think God is joking. You think the devil's joking? You think it's a joke that the devil wants to kill us? You think that's a joke, huh? Back in the day, yeah, put on the dress. It's funny. When Jack Tripper was putting on the dress because he was a gay with the two girls and he was boning throughout the whole show, and that's funny. Now look at us now. Is that a joke? Now they're making laws that the man can go into a woman's bathroom. You think that's a joke? When your three-year-old daughter's in there with this grown-ass man in the bathroom because there's a rotten-ass law says that he can do that? You think that's a joke? That's not a joke. It's gotten to this point because nobody ain't standing up for Jesus, and nobody ain't standing up for God, and nobody ain't standing up for the Holy Spirit. And that brings me to the other question. Why do they let evil happen? Because you're letting it happen. That's why evil is happening, because you're evil. You're not stopping it. You're not saying nothing. That's why it's happening. Do you know that if you were smart enough to read the law, that you have authority over Congress? That we are all, in fact, police officers? Did you know that? That if I witness a crime out there, that I have the authority under whatever code, I can go find the code or whatever. Well, just the mere fact that we can tell the government, hey, government, you guys are not doing the right thing over there. We don't like what you're doing, so we have a right to redress the government if they're acting up, which they are. But that's a separate topic. But what I'm getting at is we have authority as the people. But if you're not the people, then you have nothing. Don't worry. Go watch your football. Don't worry, go boning. Here. In that booty, you know, and you're going to go listen to all those booty songs, and that's all you're worried about is the party? They put your focus on mindless, idiotic stuff. Because they don't want you reading the law. They want to go hide. And here's the weirdest part. They're not even hiding the law. It's right in your face. They're putting everything in the movies in your face. And they're laughing at us. Because people are so stupid. They won't pick up on it. That's why we have a nation of thieves. That's why we have a nation of adulterers. That's why we have a nation of coveters. A nation of killers. I'm not a killer, but other people do kill. A nation of idolaters. A nation of blasphemers. Everybody and their grandma's blaspheming Jesus, especially in these movies. They blaspheming Jesus and God all over the place. Look at some of these truthers. Look at what's his face, Yashkara. I've been effing this and that, and F them. Yeah, they're not going to listen. F them. Righteous and the Most High and righteous. What is that? You gonna go cuss and then say talking about righteous and Most High and righteous in the same sentence? How does that work? You see? Just like the last video I just made about Cat Williams. Jesus, when you see Satan, tell him F him this and F that and F him, and he's rotten and he's cussing at Satan through and using Jesus' name. What is that? Cat Williams is just as rotten as the rest of them. That's why we have a nation of haters. The movies is teaching us how to be sarcastic, how to be smart alecks, how to be rude, thinking that it's funny. Well, that's why we're a nation of thieves, and that's why God is turning his. That's why he's not helping us, because no one is speaking on his behalf. Everybody's looking to beat you out of something. The women are looking to beat the men because supposedly the man has to support the woman, which is real. But then when the man supports the woman, she got like three other dudes pimping this dude and keeping him on the string, and then the men do the same thing to the woman, and it's a big mess. It's a big cochinada fest, is what I'll say. Anyway, at the end of the day, all the problems here on earth is due to us, because these demons is going crazy and they're laughing at us because we're sinning every day, all day long. So when bad things are happening, don't turn to God and be mad at him. He gave us everything we need. He gave you your intellect. He gave you your life. He gave you the book called The Word, which is in reality a physical representation of Jesus Christ. Now they're altering it and they're putting mufflers and couches and whatever, according to all the people on the internet with all this Mandela effect stuff. And, they're not supposed to be doing that. But what I'm getting at is he gave us all the tools we need. So if you fail to show up for work, how are you supposed to get paid if you never want to work and you never want to show up and do your part in our house? Because basically the world is our house and we all have to live here. Now the ones that are working are reaping all the benefits. That's just like that one saying, you reap what you sow. Anyway, I got into a rant on this video and I'm sorry, but there's a couple of things that got on my nerves, these last few days. At the end of the day, we are the ones that are responsible. Satan is running back and forth to the throne of God and Jesus Christ. And because God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit are who they are, which is God himself, he doesn't go back on what he says. When he says something, it is what it is. That's why I was talking to the Comcast people this morning, and I was telling them, look, I'd rather not have a contract and pay extra. That's going to be more beneficial to me. That way we can trade monthly. That way I give you something, you give me something. I give you something, you give me. And the day each one of us wants to bounce, we can just bounce as long as we, finish the monthly commitment, whatever that is, and everybody can go their own separate ways and everybody stays in honor. The key word of the whole thing of life is honor. Do you have honor? Are you an honorable man? Not a righteous, I'm righteous. No, not righteous. Are you honorable? Because if you're honorable, you're going to honor God's word. You're going to honor your word. You're going to honor your mother and your father. You're going to honor the government and the authorities. Now, I'm going to leave you with this one. I was just telling my brother. Because, oh, look, the New World Order, and they're doing this. And yeah. Okay, fine. Let me ask you something. And I'm talking to all the people out there. Because there's a lot of videos about how evil the government is. And I'm not saying that that's not necessarily true, because they're doing a lot of things they're not supposed to. But let me ask you this. Can you go and arrest people? Can you get up every morning and your job is to be the policeman and go today and go arrest somebody and beat them out of their constitutional rights because your superiors are ordering you to make these arrests? And can you deal with all that? I can't deal with that. So we got to take it easy on the policemen and women, for that matter, and the people in those authority positions, because them positions, they may look like they may look all good from the outside, but in the inside it's not right. For instance, I was touring in Dubai, and I was in Abu Dhabi, and I went to Paris, and I went to Rome, and I went all over the damn world. And from outside, all my friends and people that knew me, like, wow, man, he's over there, and he's all over the world. He went all, yeah. But it wasn't all what it was cut out to be. It looked glamorous from the outside, but me, I can honestly tell you firsthand, it was nothing near what I thought it was going to be. You see, there was a lot of negative side. There was a negative side to it. I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm getting at is this: policemen are men before they're police. Remember that. The governor, and the senator, and they're men before they're that. Now, if they get corrupted along the way because they're trying to be the senator and they're going to play ball, because that's the name of the game in Washington, is to play ball, and people are buying votes, and vote lobbying and all that, because that's what it is. The insurance law, they went and lobbied, and then now they got the insurance. Now the casino went and lobbied, and they got the casino, which all that stuff is unlawful according to the Constitution, 1849. So it just depends. But they're men before they're anything else, and women before anything else. And what our job, following our Lord Jesus Christ, is to change men's hearts. That's the only way that we're going to affect any type of change, is to change men's hearts. One of the good ways is through example. Okay, so anyway, I ran enough on this one. Let me get off this thing. Check your honor status to see if you're honorable. Not if you're righteous, if you're honorable. It's different. Look up the word. Go find out what that word means and see how you're doing in that category, and start from there. Because once I found out that I was heckin' dishonorable, and I'm looking, I'm little by little, I'm correcting my honorability with many different issues I have in my life. It's starting to work really good for me. Anyway, this is Real Talk. I'm going to go ahead and hop off this thing, and I'll catch up with you guys next time.